Hi, this is Grandma Lori. Today our story is called The Daydreamer. Bella, Bella, you're in your head again. Pay attention, please, said Mrs. Clark, Bella's teacher. Sorry, Mrs. Clark, Bella said as she came out of her daydream. Bella was a daydreamer. Her friends and family all knew that Bella's favorite place was in her head. She was pretty quiet most of the time, only because she was somewhere else in her head. People didn't understand why Bella was always in her head. Her mom said it was because she had a special brain that thinks inside rather than talks about everything. Bella wasn't shy. She loved being around other people for a short time. But when people were getting to be too much, she'd retreat. And what was in her head? Dancing. Bella's abuela, her grandma, took her to the ballet one day. Bella was so surprised at how beautiful the dancers looked and how they seemed to float across the stage. There were even boys up there, holding the ballerinas up in the air as if they were no heavier than a feather. Ever since, Bella was determined to be a ballerina. Of course, Bella's daydreaming didn't start with the ballet. She would imagine all sorts of places and things she could do. She was watching a movie in her head about herself doing this or that. It was definitely better than the world around her. Not that her life was that bad. She lived with her abuela, her mom, and 2 sisters. Her dad was there sometimes, but he was away for long periods of time for business. When he came home, though, he would pick her up and throw her in the air so she could fly. Mrs. Clark said, "You're daydreaming again, aren't you?" breaking Bella out of her daydream of Dad. "Sorry, Mrs. Clark," was all Bella could say. Mom decided to let Bella experience for herself what it would be like to be a ballerina, so she put Bella in ballet class. Oh boy, Bella was in heaven. She looked forward to her classes and would dance every chance she got. She danced at home. She danced in the grocery store. She danced her way home from the bus. She had found her happy place. All that dancing, though, came with a price. Good grief, her feet hurt. "Here, mi amor, let's put this on your sore spots and we'll wrap up those feet so you can sleep," said Mom, soothingly as she gently rubbed cream on Bella's blisters. Mom then wrapped Bella's feet in the softest cloth ever. Bella continued to dance and dance. As she grew, she got better and better. Of course, there were painful times. There were times she would get discouraged, because there was always someone better than she was, but that just made her more determined. She even went to a special school for kids like her, singers, dancers, artists, and writers. She was no longer the only one dancing in the hallways. "Abuela, you come sit here," Bella said to her grandma. "I want you to be able to see everything well." Finally, Bella's big day had arrived. She eased her grandma into her seat next to Bella's mom, and she left. Pretty soon, though, there she was, up on the stage at Radio City Music Hall. Isabella, the dancer.